go to Settings, and then My Music. And one of the options you have here is Network Drives. If you click Add New Device, it'll scan your network for any available network drives that might have music on them. Now the only other network drives that I have available, oh shoot. Did I not record that? Once those files are finished transferring to your Pi, I want to show you one more way to get music. Now I want to show you one more way to get your music. Go to Settings, and then My Music. One of the options you have here is Network Drives. If you click Add New Device, it'll scan your network and give you a list of available network drives. Now the only one that I have here that has any music on it is just my other Volumio Pi. But if I wanted to go to the internal storage on that Pi and map a network drive, this Volumio Pi could run music from that one. And there it is. So you don't have to keep your music on the Pi. You can keep it on a different computer. You can keep your music on a different computer and just connect to it through the network drive option. And just connect to it through the network drive option. Oh, am I live? Whoops. Shoot. How long's that been going on? Dang it. Oh, man. How's everybody doing? Who's watching besides Frank? Son of a gun, I clicked the wrong button again. Well, it's been a few weeks since I did that. I guess I was due for it. How's everybody doing? Let me pull up the chat and see who's here. Spoiler alert, we're doing Volumio in the next video. Let me see here. Let's find some YouTube and get the chat opened up. I promised I wouldn't just shut it off this time. I didn't have any idea. I look at my phone's buzzing. Why is my phone buzzing? Why is my phone buzzing? I look over there and I got messages from Frank and I don't know who else saying, hey, you're live. 46 people watching. Oh my gosh. How long has this been going on? Are you guys making fun of me? Jeez. Oh, that's too funny. Well, guys, what's up? How's it going? Oh man. So the next video is going to be Volumio. So let's see. How long ago did I start this? Do you guys know? Just a few minutes? You feel bad watching. I'm glad that somebody told me. Did I pick my nose? I think I did a few minutes ago. Oh man. Oh yeah. Goodness sakes. All right, what's up? 44 people watching. That's fantastic. Oh man. Just set up camera glance. Oh, cool. So you're working on some Lovelace? Oh my gosh. About 5 minutes? Okay, well that's not too bad. Oh goodness. Well, I'm making good progress on the Volumio video. You guys see the, well, you probably did. You saw the RF bridge one. That was fun. I'm glad I got that done. And Volumio is the next one. I've got a little Pi here. I can't really move it right now for the camera, but anyways, I got a little Pi amplifier hat. And so I'm setting up my second Volumio Pi, just walking through it for the sake of anybody who wants to use it. It's a great little software, and it's a great way to make a network connected music player. And I was just getting into the part where it connects to Home Assistant. Tennessee, hey curmudgeon. Was I answering your questions today? I answered some questions for you. Can you do multi-room audio with Volumio? Yes. If you have, there's a way. Let me see. I know there's a way. Down here, look, it says multi-room devices. I haven't actually, that's a great question. How do you play it on, if you wanted to play one thing on multiple devices at the same time? I would be shocked if you couldn't with the way it works out, because it just recognizes the two different Pis automatically, which is really cool. But let me see, maybe if we go to browse, will it let me do something here? Web radio, media servers? No. I might have to look it up. Does anybody else use Volumio and know how you do it? Is that a DAC I have connected to the Pi? It is. It's an okay one. If you want to not spend a lot of money and just have something that's louder than the regular stock headphone jack, which isn't very good at all, then it's fine. It's a generic one. It's not a brand, but I think what it is a knockoff of a Hi-Fi Berry. So I don't know a whole lot about these. I just started learning about them maybe a month ago when I was trying to make good use of these old speakers that somebody gifted me. But yeah, you can get some really high end, really nice, DAC amplifier hats for Raspberry Pi for using with software like Volumio or others. The one I got was I think it might have been the only one that Banggood was selling, but it was certainly an inexpensive one. I think it might have been $20 or $30. You can get them upwards of $150, maybe even $200 for the really good ones. But do I have a link for it? Of course. Claro. Always have links. What I've also done though on my other Pi, my other Volumio Pi, is I actually just bought two separate little amplifier boards, because I had a subwoofer and 4 speakers. And so I bought one little amplifier board that was set up to have a subwoofer and then a right and a left. And then I bought another amplifier board that was just a right and a left. And then I just connected those, honestly, to just the headphone output of the Raspberry Pi. But it sounds fantastic. It really sounds great. I mean, I'm sure they're good speakers and that has a lot to do with it, but I just love it. I sit here in my office and just blast some good old rock and roll music and have a good time. Right. Go into OBS and select Show Confirmation Dialog when starting streams. Oh, I didn't even know that was there. Thank you, Frank. Oh man. But then think of all the fun we'd miss, right? If I didn't accidentally go live sometimes. Okay. Doing an IR video soon at all. Broadlink Black Bean this week. Oh, I forgot. That's right. I forgot to ask for that. Yes. Soon. I don't think I'll be able to do it soon because I got to get ready for the Maker Faire and I only have a month and I want to do some fun stuff. But after that, and if I have time in the next month, maybe I would get to it. I definitely want to do it. You know I do with that little black bean. So I just asked the Banggood folks and a couple other folks, actually, a couple other websites to send me some stuff that we can use in the Maker Faire display. So I've kind of pulled all my favors for the moment. But once I get some of these videos done, including some of those products, then I can ask them for more stuff. And then that's when I'll get that black bean and start working on that. When are you coming down to do the display? I don't know. Tomorrow? Maybe not tomorrow. Probably, gosh, I'm not off next weekend at all. So I don't know. Maybe tomorrow, honestly. Let's talk later. It depends how much stuff I can get done tonight. Can almost guarantee to have audio synchronization issues. Oh, with what, Chris? With the way that I did my amplifier thing? Probably. Please help. Does Volumio work on Linux? Yeah. Sure does. Sorry, somebody wanted the link. Let me do one thing at a time. You know how I get so easily distracted. So let's see. I want to grab the link for this Pi hat that I have. What's Black Bean, Tony? Black Bean is it's like the RF bridge, but it's for IR. So for like your IR remote controls for your TV and such. And I guess it communicates through what, guys? MQTT and Wi-Fi somehow. So there's a few people that use them for their, to include their IR remote controls in Home Assistant. So I'm gonna get one. All right, let's see. Here's this. I'm not sure I like the way that Gmail bundles all your emails together. It's so hard to find stuff sometimes. They bundle all the conversations or whatever. All right. It's for the video bridge. Nope. This. Here it is, I believe. Okay, sorry for the delay. I think that's it. I didn't actually click on it first, but that looks like the one. Yeah, that's it. So, and I'll have another link that'll be, affiliated. She sent me links specifically to use. I can't remember now where I put them. Anyways, forget about all that. Pro is RF and IR. Oh, that would be convenient, both in one. So Chris asked, does Volumio work on Linux? Yes. If you go, let's see, volumio.org. And if you can look at the different, we can look at the, it's made mostly for Raspberry Pi, but you can do other things with it. You can use it with other boards. So I think, I'm trying to remember, ASUS Tinkerboard. I think I'm pretty sure there's a way to get just the package, but and I only say that because I was reading in the forum somewhere and people were describing how to just install it, on Ubuntu or something else. But if you want to, I have a bunch of Raspberry Pis. Maybe it's inefficient, but I think it's great to have these little dedicated things. And in this case, I don't know all the details, obviously, of the electronics inside the Pi, but what they claim in with Volumio is that they're stripping out all the other things that the Pi would do or use resources on, and just focusing on making the audio as high quality as possible. So sounds good. Whether it's really, just fluff and marketing or not, I don't know, but it's cool. It's free. Bye everyone. See you, Shay. Watching the doctor from the club seats at Camden Yards win. Nice, man. Awesome. From the club seats. That's the good seats, right? And you won. Or are you winning? Camden Yards, that's Orioles? Help me out. Used to be way into baseball. It's been a while. Chris, tell me about my synchronization issues that you think I'll have. Because I want to know about if there's something I need to fix. It sounds great. Like, I haven't had, the audio that I get out of those two amplifiers together off that one audio jack. Sounds good to me. I'm not a master audiophile. I know there are people who really are into their music and do the analog amplifiers with tubes and such and such. I'm not that into it. I like it to sound good. Orioles versus Red Sox. Won't likely win. Bummer. Red Sox are too good, huh? Regarding the RM3 Mini, tried to set mine up last week and ran into some problems. Uh-oh. The RM3 Mini, that's one of those IR blasters we've been talking about. What problems did you have, Carl? Maybe somebody here knows, or you can tell us so we can try and fix it together or avoid the problems in the future. I'm totally going to go into the settings right now of OBS and do what Frank says and on the stream. Let's see, is it under general? Show confirmation dialog when starting streams. Oh my goodness, that was so easy. Ooh, hey Frank, they turned on my solar panels today, but I don't. They haven't given me the I don't know, the software key to be able to start monitoring the how much energy I'm making. I know I'm making some because I turned it on, and there's it gives a rolling tally out there on the box, but I don't know how to connect to the software yet. But thank goodness, finally, after like 2 months now, it's finally up and running. So missing what somebody's talking about. What's Frank say is viable? Should create an add-on out of Volumio. Oh man, if you could, that'd be sweet. That'd be super sweet. Oh, it's not Vivint Solar. No, sir. No, sir. You know me. You know me better than that. It's funny. It was actually was supposed to be a DIY solar. It was from a place called Solar Warehouse, and they're great prices for the panels and inverters and all that stuff. And so I had them deliver all this stuff to the house because I had these big ambitions, back in like January, that I was gonna spend the spring, installing these panels on my roof and do all this stuff myself. And pretty soon it was May, and I didn't have. They'd just been doing nothing but sitting out there getting rained on. So finally I called them back, and they actually have a pretty good price on installation too. So I just had them install it, and they installed it within a couple days back in June. And then it's just taken forever to get like inspection and then get it turned on, and then get the meter changed out. The power company had to come change the meter out. That process of getting the inspection done and then getting the power company to come out has taken 2 months. So lame. Anyways, the RM1 Mini. These RMs you're talking about, these are those IR things, right? Having problems loading HAS.io. Do I need a second card? Mark, did you upgrade? Did you update to a new version? Tell me. Let's have the chat right now. How many of you guys have got updated to 0.75? I saw today now there's a 0.75.3. So 0.75, I know a lot of people have had some troubles, and I think that's typically the trouble that they've had, right? Is that their user interface doesn't come up, I don't know what the fix is other than to try and go back for now. I'm sure they'll fix it, but what do you do if you can't get to your UI? I don't know. I saw that there was trouble, so I'm a late adopter, believe it or not, in most of these things. I don't upgrade right away. I don't update right away. I like to make sure that, you know, a week or two goes by and nobody's having major problems. And then if there's a feature I want, then I'll update. I went a long time. I probably went the first 6 months of using Home Assistant without updating ever. So when it came time, I can't remember what the feature was I wanted, but finally I did. Do I have a demo YAML files off, say, GitHub for what, Andy? For I missed what you asked the first time. I sample YAML files from my setup or just in general for different things. I started using that whatever it was I used for the YAML stuff from the RF bridge for today. I used a different, instead of just posting them in the description, I used a better, almost not quite haste bin, but it's something similar to that. All right. Renee. Yep. So 0.3, so you may have issues. Had to roll back on a snapshot, and 7.3 seems okay so far. Okay. Oh, maybe okay. Reset button on that. You're talking about those things. BB Plus Flash caused 2 volumes. Oh. No, for sure, but with a network device latency, if you're trying to stream the same song to separate devices at the same time, would be highly unlikely they will be processed. I understand now, Chris. Okay, that's what you mean would be the out of sync audio. Yeah. So, you know, I'm in a bad situation. I can't tell you because we have speakers in the house and we have like a hub in the basement, and so I can just plug in an output from anything, and then it'll play over in all the rooms. So that's kind of nice. And actually, maybe something you could do on your own. I saw something to on the, I don't know where it was, an ad. It was a combination speaker with like a smart speaker, so it had like Alexa built into it. And oh, sorry, I said that. Hopefully I didn't set off everybody's thing. And it was a smoke detector. So you like take down your smoke detector, you pop this thing up there, and it's a smoke detector, and it's an Alexa, and it's a speaker. But it was like $300 or $250. And I thought, first thing I thought was, that sounds cool. And the second thing I thought was, I bet we could do that for a whole lot less than $250. We could probably do it for $100, you know, maybe even less, if you don't count buying a new smoke detector. Chris is scared to death to update anything. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what? That's so true. I'm still running Tasmoda 6.8 or 0.68, or is that what it is? What are we on now with the Tasmoda? Anyways, oh, I'm running 5.8 because it's 5.14 now, or 6.1. Yeah. So I've still got some old Sonoffs that are working great, still running Tasmoda 5.8. Can't get Samba to work. Uh-oh. Loaded Hass.io on the Pi B and can't see in the network. Looked with I don't know, JC. That's always tricky, that network stuff, but I bet you there's somebody here that could help you out. Or Discord. If you want some live help, there's always people in Discord that are smart about stuff. 433 sensors as an alarm system. Is there a way to protect them from jammer attack, like a notification in case on jammer detection? Ooh, that's a good question. So I don't know exactly what a jammer is. I can imagine what you're saying, like somebody somehow tries to influence the signal or something. Some of those devices, I don't think the ones that I used in the video from today have this function, but some others have a tamper function. But I don't think it has to do with, you know, like a signal jamming external. It's just if somebody like pulls it off the wall or something like that, like if they just grab it and yank it off the wall, there's a little tab at the back of it that actually will activate and send another signal, a separate signal that says, hey, this has been tampered with. So I think those Kurei, K-U-R-E-I ones that J After Dark used, I think those do that. Can't get Tasmoda to update, but download and redo everything. Yeah. So a lot of people having trouble with the Tasmoda update. Maybe I'll have to do something, you know. Sometimes I think, why don't I just spend 5 minutes and do just walk through something. It doesn't have to be a big production, and try and help people to show them, you know, because maybe if you see somebody do it and you see the screens that I see, you can identify quickly, you know, what part you're missing or what you're doing wrong. Get your mini to retransmit the same. I love it. You guys are figuring each other's out, figuring the problems out. Have I looked at Connected? Man, I have Connected actually, and I like it. It works good. I haven't set up an automation to set off an alarm yet, but as far as the door sensors and window sensors and such, it works great. It needed a little bit of tweaking up front on their end, on the Nate and the software. There was an issue with connecting to Home Assistant. He used SmartThings was his smart home platform when Nate, the guy who made Connected. And so I think it was pretty geared towards that, but there was obviously a big Home Assistant community, and he wanted to support that and help make it available to us. And so he did, and it took a little bit of time to get it worked out, but it's worked out now, and it works great. I mean, it's pretty accurate. I don't ever have. I mean, it's kind of nice. I thought I was worried originally that my stuff's all in the basement, like a lot of people's alarm panels are probably in places like that, right? The garage, the basement, there's a lot of concrete, there's a lot of house in between your Wi-Fi router and the connected boards. So I was afraid that the connected boards were going to have trouble staying connected, but they haven't. They've actually been pretty solid. They're pretty much there every time I restart Home Assistant, and if they aren't there right away, they show up within a few minutes. And yeah, so I've got several automations for things like if somebody leaves a door open, and that's all running through Connected, because Connected is now monitoring the doors to say if the door is open or closed, and then that feedback gets used in automation to, say, hey, close the back door or whatever. So yeah, I like it. I like Connected. Laurel or Yanni. I didn't do that. I briefly saw something about that, and the white and gold dress, whatever. I didn't get into it. Laurel or Yanni. Somebody tried that with me. I think I heard Laurel, for what it's worth. Perfect for the roller shutter. Oh, cool. The JWTO2 with a Sonoff RF bridge and Home Assistant. Perfect for a roller shutter. Awesome. Oh, is Rob in? Is Rob around? I'm excited for Rob's. Did you guys see Rob's video this week with the roller shutters? That's awesome. I'm excited. His sketch looks really good, really useful. And it looks like it'd be useful for other applications, because I want to do some internal rollers that are the blackout kinds, and I don't have quite the amount of space. I can't put I can't put the stepper motor, kind of in line directly connected to the blinds like he did. So I'm going to use different steppers and some gears and make it work. And so I'm glad to be able to kind of modify what he has in a nice user interface like Tasmota. So that was great. That's great work that he did on those blinds. It's awesome. Do I have seen a Tasmotized dimmer switch or good priced alternative to the expensive ones? Man, dimmers have been so hard. I have not seen a Sonoff dimmer. We've talked about dimmers a little bit, and the big question is: are you trying to dim incandescent bulbs or LED bulbs? I did get some LEDs to dim with a Sonoff, but I think the way I did it probably isn't the best way. I just used a MOSFET, and you can send PWM, pulse width modulation, through Tasmota, and you can use that to dim a small strip of LEDs. I'm sure there's a better way, but that's what I did. And then I also have a board that I haven't used. That's it's a zero pass dimmer, so it's for incandescent bulbs. And essentially, what it does is you get feedback. The board takes feedback from the AC circuit, and every time the voltage gets close to crossing zero, it clips off a bit of the voltage, a bit of the wave. And so it does the same kind of thing. It essentially just flashes the light really fast. So I think you could control that by dimming, with something digital like a Sonoff or a D1 Mini or something. But anyways, it's complicated. I haven't done it. So if anybody knows of a really great, dimmer switch, let me know, because there's certainly a lot of people that want it. But I don't have an answer for you for what's a good dimmer. When I want dimming, I use like a D1 Mini and a separate power supply and LED strips, and then I can dim them with Tasmota or with other sketch. All right. Sounds like triac circuit. Yeah. Complicated they are. They sure are, man. Yeah. Yeah. You're on it. Curmudgeon, it's something a lot of people want. So, I'll try and get it figured out at some point. And if somebody else figures it out and teaches me about it, I'll make a video. Okay. I typed out a thorough explanation of Samba question and didn't like my comment because I put an example IP address. To dude with Samba question, HMU on Facebook, Chris Brooks. Oh, Chris will tell you. Oh, so Chris Toffer is Chris Brooks. How did I not put that together? How's it going, Chris? Chris, I love Chris in the Facebook, man. He keeps that sucker lively. It's a good time. Demps, hey, how's it going? Did I try Zigbee to MQTT? I haven't. Has anybody else? Oh, and Lath, we gotta work on getting somebody live too. It worked out well those couple times. So we'll do a live stream again on Sunday, like a normal one planned, and we'll try and bring somebody else in. See if there's people have questions or just want to show something off that's cool that you did. I think that would be great. I think we'll probably try doing it through Discord, or maybe we'll get something else worked out between now and then. Tuya brand dimmer. Oh, ZemiSmart has been direct component, no tasmatized. So Tuya brand dimmer, ZemiSmart. Are those pretty cheap? ZemiSmart. Yeah. I know you asked me about those, Eswarren, right? You were saying that they wanted to test. They wanted to send things to people to test or something. The trad free, right? That's the IKEA thing. Holy crap, that Volumio add-on. Well, yeah, it's going to be like a challenge. Okay, don't worry about it, Frank. I think it's supposed to be, it's supposed to run by itself on a Pi. It probably is better off that way. But if you can look at it that fast and say, holy crap, that's going to be a challenge, then, if you feel like a challenge and see what you can do, I guess. You're the master. Can I demonstrate how my Home Assistant layout, just the way I have the site laid out? Always fun to see how other people do it. You mean I'm so bad. My Home Assistant is not beautiful yet. Like since I did the Lovelace video, I haven't hardly worked on it. I've been just doing other things and haven't had a chance. So this is my Lovelace page, and it looks pretty much like what you saw before. What I want to do is I think what's going to be best for me is to have this kind of a layout like I have it here with the floor plan, but I want to put all of my, we have a basement, first floor, second floor, and I want to put all that on one page, I think. It might be okay to have it on separate pages also, but I think having the visual thing on one page is going to be a little bit easier to look at. Here's some things I added. I did add these graphs. So those are pretty cool. And then this is Volumio, right? This is how I have Volumio in my Lovelace, and it's gorgeous. And it works perfectly. I love it. Yeah, but that's it. I did a monster card. Where's my monster card? If you guys, has anybody messed with the Lovelace custom cards? Because next time I do a Lovelace video, it'll be about custom cards. Well, bedtime for the youngling. Back after if the stream's still on. Thanks, Curmudgeon. Go get the youngins to bed. Sunday's your anniversary? 12th. Wow. And it was a year ago the first time you did the first thing for Home Assistant. Man, you've done a lot of work, Frank. You've done a lot of good stuff in the past year. It's actually been, I guess it's been a little more than a year since I did my first anything with Home Assistant, but that was just setting up those LEDs that Bra had put out. But congratulations, happy anniversary, your 12th. You gonna do something? You gonna go someplace and celebrate, or just go out to dinner, buy something nice, whatever? Canada is here. Cheap Chinese. It's all Chinese, man. It's all Chinese. So thank goodness some of it's quality, right? Bedtime. Okay, let's see. A long issue of Tesmo to GitHub. They're using a cheap track-based dimmer. Yeah. I bet the one I have is a cheap track-based dimmer. I'm sure it wasn't very expensive, or I wouldn't have bought it. Probably the best bet is to just, well, I don't know. I know I'm with you. I would not want to spend a bunch of money on a dimmer. You know, I'd want one that is going to do what I want it to do, but I wouldn't spend a bunch of money on it. So I guess you got to get application specific. Oh, in Rob, the hookup, he did that video about that LED light fixture, and he did some good dimming stuff with that. I can't recall exactly how he did it. I'm sure it was Node MCU and you know, something else. I think he did the MOSFET thing too, and that's how he did it. But from Oz, how's it going, Paul? What else was I going to tell you about this? I stopped getting, so when I changed my router, now my own tracks isn't quite tracking anymore. So I promise I worked more than 10 hours this week, and I probably did actually play too much Xbox this week. Chile. Can you change the dark sky to daily forecast? Oh, good question. You can. So dark sky will set up a bunch of specific. I remember when we did the HA dashboard, you can specify specific things to get from dark sky. That is just the dark sky forecast. But once you're set up with dark sky, I know there are ways that you can grab specific bits of information, and I'm sure daily is one of them, like average rainfall and you know, phase of the moon. Probably there's a bunch of stuff that you can get from dark sky. I don't know if I have it set up to give me that information. Yeah, I just have weather.darksky. So yeah, if you look, there's some dark sky component, and I think that's probably where I would look. So then in here you can probably, let's see what you can do. Pick languages, latitude. Here you go. So this is what you want: monitored conditions. And if you'll put in here what monitored conditions you want, and then it'll create a special sensor, and you can then call on that sensor to display that information. So yeah, I'm sure there's a daily in there. How did I get gauges, Lath? So gauges came, they're part of the custom cards. So that's, let me look at we can pull up my YAML somewhere in here. Quickly move that off the screen. All right, so we need to open Lovelace actually, don't we? Okay, so Lovelace. Ah, where is it? How could, oh, I spelled it wrong. Okay, so the things you need to do to get the gauge, you got to go to the custom cards website or the GitHub and just grab everything that they have there. They have a whole zip file you can grab and download, and then you'll have to move this gauge card.js into your www folder. Then you have to add this so that your Lovelace knows to go there and find that card, gauge card.js, and then then this is what it looks like in the setup. So you specify your card. I put them in a horizontal stack, and I put 3 of them. I don't need that space there, but I put 3 of them. So temperature in the office, temperature in the toy room, and temperature in the garage. And you can specify the size you want by scale. You can set a minimum and maximum, and then you can do this. This is really cool. You can change the color based on the severity. So red, green, amber, and then at what level or what temperature reading do you want the gauge to turn those different colors? Oh, that was pretty cool. So yeah, that's the gauge card in 5 seconds. Check awesomeha.com for a list of custom cards. Oh yeah, that's right. Frank's. Yep. Go to awesome. Man, if you guys haven't bookmarked Frank's awesomehomeassistant.com website, now is the time, because that is a place where you will find links to anything useful. Wait, awesomeha.com. I have it bookmarked, but it's just quicker for me to do that sometimes. Okay, so then here's all these great links that that Frank has put together for us. And if you have something that you're using a lot like that, and you think, oh, this is a great resource, and I want to make it available to other people. You found it, or maybe you made it yourself. Get with Frank and see if it's something that would be worthwhile putting on this website, so we can get keep it growing and keep it useful to as many of us as possible. So there's tons of stuff on here. There's the themes. Oh, themes. That's great. I didn't see you had that before. Sweet. Is that right pane on your entire config YAML? It's huge. That whole right pane, that's not even my config.yaml. That's my lovelace.yaml. It's big. I mean, it's so far 300 lines. So yeah, it gets big pretty fast. I did do a monster card. Where did I don't remember. Monster cards are fun. They're pretty useful. What did I put in the monster card? Oh, that's right. I did the monster card. Oh yeah. So the monster card, one of the cool things about the monster card is you can set up the monster card so that it will you can set it up with wildcards, right? So you can set it up so that it will include every switch that has the word kitchen. Or in this case, I did it for the girls and the boys' rooms. So I called my girls' room the Lovely Beautifuls and my boys the Handsome Strongs, or Strong Handsomes. And so what it does is, if I add and the great part is, if I add a new switch or a new sensor and I call it girls or boys, this card will automatically find it and include it. I don't have to go in and manually set it up and include that entity for that card. It's awesome. So the monster card, another awesome custom card. What kind of network am I using? Have I heard of pfSense? I don't know. pfSense. Is that the one? I mean, the sense, is that the box that they put in your panel and tells you what energy you're using and what's using what and all that? Is that what you mean by sense, or something else? The network that I'm using now is, if you're talking about like my home network, is Google Wi-Fi. I switched over. I had a Netgear R7000 for 3 years or so, and maybe more. And it was just getting a little bogged down with too much 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi devices. And so I followed Rob's advice and got the Google Wi-Fi. I think I did that before I probably learned a lot about the ubiquity stuff. And I think when I have to redo the Wi-Fi again in some number of years, I'm just going to go with some, consumer level ubiquity. That stuff seems pretty awesome. Oh, pfSense is a firewall. Oh, no, not using any of that. I mean, I have whatever the Google Wi-Fi provides as far as firewall, which I don't think is very much, and then the Windows firewall. So yeah, I don't. I'm really bad about security. If you haven't figured that, if you haven't seen it. What? The monster card is depreciated. So they must be replacing it with something else. They can't get rid of the monster card. That's too good. Oh, really? pfSense is an open source router firewall you can install on any type of hardware. Cool. So, and the benefits of it are you get to stop some traffic from getting to your network and such. To be honest, firewalls have always been a little confusing to me. Yeah, I want to know about the monster card though. So give us some more info on that. I haven't updated, and as I understand it, Lovelace updates are happening with Home Assistant updates. So in 0.75, maybe there's some change that I haven't experienced since I haven't uploaded it yet. Have I ever used the OnViv component? I haven't. But I need to get better at my at my cameras. I just got a couple of more Blink cameras, and I'm realizing that I'm not in love with them. They're great for some things because they work on batteries. You can just put them anywhere, but they don't give you like constant live video. I'm much happier with like my Amcrest or my Foscam that give you a live 1080p video, pan tilt zoom. That's the kind of stuff I want everywhere. So assuming I get more of those then and different brands and such, then I'll probably end up getting more familiar with that OnViv or OnFIF, however you say it, OnViv. So no, I don't, but I bet you there's others in here that do. Do all the automations you use, do you depend on Microsoft for a firewall? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, tell me about why I shouldn't. Tell me about the dangers. I mean, I have I only have one port open, and that's for Home Assistant, and I have the password on Home Assistant. I guess somebody could get in and do something for that if they got to my password somehow. The Yi Dome for Home Assistant. I have 2 Yi cameras somebody gave me that I want to use at some point. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Frank. I'm sorry about I didn't post this. Sorry. There you go. There you go. Bookmark it. I say bookmark it and then I don't show it to you and then you ask me for it and I don't understand what you're asking. That's me. Nutty professor. Absent-minded. Check out the custom Lovelace card. Canvas gauge card. Ooh. Let's check it out. Oh, it's probably on your awesome thing, right? Lovelace. Share the love. Card gallery. Is it in here? The card, is it in the card gallery? Is it in the card gallery, Frank? Probably not. These are just the stock ones, right? Ones it comes with. Shield Up is good for finding any open ports to your external IP address. Oh. Someday I'll have to have one of you network consultants really go through my stuff and make sure that I'm I want a nice balance between security and privacy and functionality. What I don't want to do is put up so many barriers to somebody getting in or getting information that I can't do what I want to do and get what I want. I'm sure that's probably what everybody wants who's into doing these kinds of things, but I know some people just don't want anything from the outside connecting, so they won't open a port for anything. So, all right, let's try it. Let's look up the custom cards. Lovelace custom cards. So which one? Oh, they added a thermostat card. That's cool. That's new. What did you say it was called? You said it was called... Lower, custom card, separate chapter. Sorry. Oh, right there, custom cards. Canvas gauge, sweet. Got it. Oh, yes, I was looking at this one. I didn't remember what it was called, but yeah, I was looking at this one. So that looks awesome, right? I mean, check that out. That's gorgeous. I looked at this and got a little intimidated. And I think at the moment I didn't have time to get into it. But it's definitely cool. It's definitely very cool. Has anybody used this? Anybody out there using this canvas gauge? It's awesome. Looks really cool. Unless you're not really interested in security, it's not wordsmith. Yeah, I found it. Sorry, is there a big delay again? Tell me about the delay on the stream. I clicked the box that said less delay, but maybe there's still too much. There's one more level. I can go one more level of no delay, but I'm afraid that might damage quality too. Locking Home Assistant down with LDAP at some point. No idea the new login system will be compatible though. Yeah, I haven't messed with the new, that like the different users system that they added. I haven't messed with that yet. I started looking at Tor, but after watching a couple other videos about like why people use Tor, I thought, maybe I don't need that. I'm not gonna buy any weed or illegal other goods. I know it's not just for that, and it's actually probably a really good way to get access to your system somewhere else securely. But then it also sounded like the previous security that Tor was providing with all these different layers and bouncing things around, and that there's been new ways to get around that from one of the videos I saw. So delay's good for you, John? Okay, good. Good. Gave a shot at does not have user section as shown in the Hamilton. Oh, really? Mayak. So they showed a demo video, but you couldn't replicate that to be able to create users or something. I haven't looked into it. It hasn't changed my. I think I have. I'm on 7.73. So I think I have the version that it should work. Oh, I'm on 0.74. So I think I have that version, but I haven't tried. I haven't tried setting up multiple users at all. So delay is fine in Denmark. Man, if I can get to Denmark without a delay, then it's good. iPhones disconnect from Wi-Fi. How does anyone get around that and have accurate device tracker info dimps? Device tracker is another one we got to get better at. That's for sure. So OwnTracks together with iOS is how I was doing my device tracking. When I just changed from my Netgear router to my Google, and I had to change my DuckDNS address because maybe I didn't, but I did. Maybe I didn't have to, but that's what I did because I needed to do that anyways because I had released publicly my DuckDNS address anyways several times. But anyways, when I changed my DuckDNS address and my connection from OwnTracks was through the DuckDNS and HTTP instead of MQTT, so I didn't have to open another port. And now it's not reading my zones anymore. So it's still doing a decent job of saying home and away, but it's not reading my zones anymore. So I need to figure out why. I haven't gotten into that yet. Device tracker. Oh, Renee, I tried to do that. I just set up the Google Maps device tracker, and to do it, you have to like. Sorry, I don't understand. Sorry, I just activated Google Home over there. But you have to set up a separate Google account, and then you share your location with that account. And I did all those things, but I don't know. Like I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe it's all there and it's working now, but I feel like I'm missing something. Like there's no. I don't know where does the component part in Home Assistant come in, or how does it track different phones? I mean, I guess it's based on your Gmail address. So for like if I wanted to track another person's phone, like my wife or kids, then I would use the new Gmail address I made to track them. But then how does it know which ones they are? And does that correlate to the same device tracker entity ID that I use in Home Assistant? So I still need to learn. You share your location with Google Maps. Yep. I don't use device tracker. Ooh, my wife's at the store getting dinner. Sounds yummy. Just finished 3D printing a Sonoff programming clip. How did you attach your programmer wires to the testing probes? Female jumpers. So if you push those pogo pins through, I thought somebody came up with a good idea, or several people said it. If you heat your pogo pins before you push them through, they'll go through a little easier. That was probably a good idea. I had to just kind of stick whatever I could in there. I think I used a tiny drill bit, like super tiny drill bit. And because any 3D printer, it's not gonna make a perfectly sized circle. And those pogo pins can be delicate. If you shove them, they can just bend, and then they're broken, and you got to try another one. But there'll be enough sticking out to the other side to connect the female end of a jumper wire. That's what I did. Or you could just solder wires to them. Would work too. Just straight wires. Montreal. How's it going? I'm not used to having simple interface, Tim. Let's see. Just Google Wi-Fi 4-pack from Costco. Yeah, not used to. Oh, I got you. Yeah. I have the 3-pack, and the interface is pretty good, I got to say. And I've been reasonably happy with what I'm able to do. It's pretty easy to get in there and open a port. It's pretty easy to get in there and dedicate an IP address or reserve an internal IP address for certain machines. That's important when we're with our MQTT broker especially. But a few other things that you don't want to change. Cameras, if you have IP cameras like I do, some of these Foscam and Amcrest cameras, their IP address, if it changes, it screws it up and you can't see the camera anymore. So yeah, I agree. So far, Google Wi-Fi, pretty good. And I haven't seen any performance boost, but I certainly haven't seen any downgrade. And I haven't had the experience of, just all of a sudden losing all of my Wi-Fi connected devices like I was experiencing with the Netgear. Once you get up to, I had sometimes 60 devices connected. And it would just, sometimes the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network would just disappear and everything on it would be gone for half hour, some length of time. So, oh yeah, I haven't done that yet, Joe, but yeah, I need to set up those things because I had it set up on the Netgear. So like during certain times of day, turn it off, or certain users turn them off for certain things. Cool. You need to add a Gmail user for each other person. Oh, dang. I was hoping I could use it just one for all of them, but I'll have to try it. I'll have to figure it out. I do a video on how to set up IP and analog cameras. Yeah, I will do a cameras video. Promise. Cross my heart. It'll just be when. Again, I probably have maybe in the next, certainly not in the next month, maybe in the next 2 months. Because cameras is high on my list, and I'm still trying to get the best option for cameras. So yeah, eventually I will. And it might be several videos, honestly, because I think there's going to be, some of it's going to be the pan tilt zoom kinds, and you can do different things to control those with Home Assistant. That's cool. That's probably a video all by itself. And then there's the other just sort of point, motion detection things. And then I'll have to do something about if I end up getting enough good cameras that have constant video, then I'll want to do like Blue Iris and make things happen based on the motion in Home Assistant. Most of the time you can't use the motion detection for automations, but if you use like the Blue Iris software or some of those other ZoneMinder, then you can. So it's probably a series of several things to try and get cameras really well covered. I also want to see like Tyson's in here somewhere. Maybe he's checked out, but those Wise cameras that are like real cheap. I think that's what he used, or he had some $15 or $20 cameras that he got working in Home Assistant. And maybe I don't know if it's a firmware thing on the camera or how he had to do it, but I would love to hear how he had to do it. So we need to get Tyson on to explain that, how he did it. Wise is locked down. You have to use a Chinese cloud. Yeah, I think there may be a firmware switch or a firmware option, Tim. I think. Somebody asked me another question. Use iCloud for iPhone in your home. For tracking? You mean like for device tracking? I could do that. I haven't played with that. As for Unviv, it's pretty common protocol supported by Chinese cams, but somehow it's not working. Find the video URLs and then use the generic or JPEG components to get it working. Yeah, I have a lot to learn about cameras. Is my Home Assistant running on a Raspberry Pi? Yes, absolutely. How is the CPU with all this stuff running? It's not bad, I don't think. There's a way to set up sensors. There's a sensor component in Home Assistant that you can use to grab the CPU information, like heat and those kinds of things. But I don't think it's bad, even with all my stuff. I'm not actually sure that I have a lot of stuff compared to some. Some have more than me, for sure. Love to see some Grafana Influx DB stuff. Yes, as would I. I've seen a user on your stream showing and sharing images which include Grafana graphs into the Lovelace UI as well. Yeah, you can do some beautiful stuff with that. So, yeah, that's on the list. I'd like to learn it too. Did I already use Has OS? I have not switched to Has OS. I need to do that. I'm gonna drink a little water here for a second. Was that cool? Was that like a floating water bottle? Ooh. Is the green screen tiring for you guys? Do you get sick of it? Does it bother you? You guys are like the loyal viewers that I don't want to alienate ever. So I still enjoy doing it. It's still fun, but it is a bit of a gimmick. So I would understand if at some point it was like, yeah, I'm done with the green screen, dude. Okay, just get over it. Waze camera's no good with Home Assistant. Bummer. I want to see what Tyson did. He did something and he got it working. Tyson did a great job. Waiting for more feedback from him to order it. Yeah, we'll have him. I'm going to have him. He's going to be over at the house here next week or two as we start working on this Maker Faire thing. My kids are like, why do you have a floating head? Yeah. And I used to bounce it around, right? I used to go bang over there on that side of the screen and this side of the screen and this side of the screen. You know, that was very much a gimmick to try and just keep everybody's attention. Now it's just kind of me, you know. Green screen is a bit of a trademark. I've got this turtleneck. This is awesome. How about that? I could do that. Or I could how about this? Hi, everybody. Oh, man. Okay. Too much fun. Oh, D-Link cameras and Home Assistant, they work fine. Oh, they're just 320p. Yeah. It's so hard to look at anything less than 1080p anymore. You know, Chris Brooks was asking about 1080p versus 720. And, it's got to be 1080. You know, I do think that my Ring doorbell is only 720. But, you know, what I care about is I want to see what the kids are doing. And I want to see what's going on in the backyard and things like that. So, yeah, I need 1080. He has lost his mind. I have lost my mind a long time ago, man. Long time ago. Yeah, so Tyson, I saw you're here. So what do you want to tell us about the Wise Cam? How did you get yours to get into Home Assistant? The Addams Family, yep. I've been compared to Uncle Fester a time or two. TinyCam Pro works with WiseCam. What's that? It's TinyCam Pro. Oh, I'm being paged. I don't think she knows that I did a live stream on accident. I better wrap up, fellas. Anything else you want to say? This was fun. I love doing it, and I hate to cut it off, but it sounds like it's dinner time, and this was not a planned stream, so I have these other things that are going on. But thanks for coming by. Thanks for saying hi. I'm so happy. Frank, thanks for the heads up. Oh, here we go. Hi. It's good. I accidentally did a live stream.
Oh, so you're doing a live stream right now?
Uh-huh.
Are you doing a live stream right now?
Yes.
Oh.
But that's okay. I can come down.
I think we're going to go to the rodeo.
Oh. Do I have to go?
No.
Okay, I'll come down and talk to you.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.